Hey y'all, what's up? I'm Cynthia Mallard.
And I'm Marq.
Welcome back to Studiosetstage, man.
Yes,
Thank you guys for checking back in with us. What it do, Marq?
Cynthia. Yeah.
We're so good, so happy, guys, that you have checked back in with us. Yes, we are still here. The show is still rolling, guys, and it's good to know and it's good to see that you guys are still alive and well, right?
Yes,
even through this whole pandemic.
Yes, studio set stagers. Again, you could have been anywhere in the world, but we're so glad that you made it here for another episode.
Yeah.
And another ride.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you hear Marq, guys. Yes. I'm happy again, like I said, just to be here. And I don't know, the plant's happy to be here too. So yeah, we all happy.
We are all happy.
Yeah.
Indeed, it's a privilege to be here amidst everything that's been going on during the pandemic. Hope you guys are being safe.
Yeah.
Hope you guys are practicing, the precautions that's needed to be safe.
I hope you guys are social distancing, like for real. Like I honestly, I know this is 2021, guys. Honestly, we be on like all of social media, like IG and Facebook, and y'all like outside. Like y'all really outside, like for real.
Yeah, really outside.
Yeah,
but
and
look,
it's just,
I just want to tell you,
it's weird.
I mean, look, and like you said, I mean, things go on and there's changes, we saw a dip in, the increase of, I guess all of the things that's been going on surrounding, COVID.
What you mean, like the events? Like what you saying?
we saw a dip in like the I guess the sickness, as far as with the
you want people recovering? Is what you're saying?
People recovering.
Yeah, but anyway, that's out the door.
It went back up again.
That's out the door right now. So.
And it's due to a lot of, people have, the controversy surrounding, should I get vaccinated? I shouldn't get vaccinated.
Well, you know what? We're not going to get too political on it and stuff like that. We're just, like I said, one thing was great about Studiosetstage, guys. You come here and we just, like I said, we're like family, and we can just kind of talk back and forth, and we can just kind of put it in layman's terms for you guys, right?
Exactly.
I mean, basically, you're going through whatever hell you're going through,
right?
And then, we're going through it again. I remember we were talking about, just a couple of months ago, we went through, the scare with COVID. So we lived through that. We survived through that, guys. And so, now we kind of, honestly, you just look at it totally different. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't really ready to be like, if you go through it and you possibly, even if you have family members and close friends, right? You ain't ready to be outside. And that's,
that's the thing, kind of, I wanted to kind of, elaborate on.
You want to elaborate?
I want to elaborate on that.
Elaborate.
Yes.
He wants to elaborate.
Yes, I want to elaborate on that. Based on.
Go ahead and elaborate. Marq.
Yes. My thing is with that, and I'm not gonna get on a tangent or anything like that.
You using big words tonight. I mean, what's going on? You using some big words, man. What's going on? You must have had your Wheaties.
No. I mean, I'm just gonna state the facts. You brought up a good point, Cynthia. I want to speak to that. There's been a lot of misinformation going on, and I know it's subject to, and you have your opinion. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. However, I have been really bothered by the misinformation that's out there, and a lot of people that claim to, okay, well, I know this and I know this is that and this is this, and are you really qualified, or is that just your opinion? Now, it's one thing to, speak on it, but if it's your opinion. Now, if it's your opinion, I respect that. But if you're talking about, well, based on that, it's wrong and it's not this, that, and the third, and you never contracted the disease, you never had.
You talking about the people who are
I'm talking about the people that are talking about anti-vax.
I'm saying, you're referring to the anti-vax.
Yeah, it's been out of control. I think everybody is going through a major anxiety phase. People are just going crazy. I think they're going ham for no reason to a certain degree. Now, for those that have, contracted the virus and went through it, but they're still here, hey, I value their opinion a little more.
Well,
because they've been through it.
I really feel like the people who have not been affected, those people who have not had close friends to die or family members to die, those are the people who are out here like, we don't want to wear no mask, we don't want to take no, I just think that's, you don't really understand until it hits home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. That's my point.
That's what's happening. You know what I'm saying? I think, you got people like, it's so interesting. Like you got people fighting, like our son, like people like at the school board, like, some weeks ago, I know you guys were listening to and watching, like people fighting, want to throw blows over folks, like over a mask, over the issue of a mask.
Right.
Like how crazy is that? Like that's like the weirdest shit ever.
Yeah, it is. And I just want to say
a mask
on that. Yeah. Again, people are entitled to their opinion. And I understand people want to bring up civil liberties and civil liberties and all of that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, a lot of that doesn't have anything to do with the fact of will it protect you? Will it protect others?
Yeah,
from contracting a disease which has wiped out close to 600,000 people? And not to mention, those are just the deaths, not the people that's been sick or just contracted the disease. Fortunately, I was one of those. We were one of the few that we survived. But we also had family members that suffered and died from it. That went through. That's a whole nother ball of wax we can get into. We could talk about this maybe for another 4 to 5 episodes. But I'm just basically saying, I'm just basically stating is that it seemed like common sense is just like we've just said we're just gonna throw it out the window. We're just gonna throw this away. And I'm just here to say, guys, practice common sense. If you're in a crowd of people,
you're really bringing the professor.
Wear the mask.
Yeah, you're the professor, right?
Yeah.
Professor's
well, that's just part of my thing. Common sense isn't common.
It's not
to some folks.
It's not. Well, guys, and, this is Studiosetstage.
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm getting. I might seem a little perturbed, but
no, it's understandable.
My thing is, guys, with everything that's going on right now, let's work smart. We already are. We already have to work harder to fight a deadly disease that you can't see. It's invisible. I saw a post that Fat Joe made. He just celebrated his birthday a couple weeks ago, but he mentioned when they did the last verses with the Locks versus Diplomats. And he was saying, man, it was in Madison Square Garden, and he said, man, it was an amazing event. However, COVID was in the building.
COVID was there in full effect.
And a lot of people contracted it. But I get it, man. Live event, you want to be in the spot. And you just want to you definitely miss. I miss live events. I miss little things like going to the movies.
I do too.
I miss stuff like that.
Well, we do.
But you got to be careful.
But you know what? It's so interesting that, like I said, everyone's kind of outside.
Yeah.
for instance, we know that a lot of theaters like opened up, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of my friends, I have friends and family that actually went to the theaters. They were not afraid, and and people are. I just think people are just sick of just being at home.
Yeah.
People are sick of being isolated. So I think in their mind, they decide that COVID is over. They decide that the pandemic is over when it is not.
Right.
It is not, guys.
Yeah.
So I mean, we see it in our personal lives, and you're just praying that you're praying that people will just wake up. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna tell you, guys, I be out like at the grocery store and stuff like that. And I'm just like, people are in the grocery store, no mask.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And regardless of if you had the vaccine, if you've been vaccinated or not.
Such as we have.
Yes, I've been vaccinated. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. And people might feel some kind of way, but hey, obviously I don't really care, because again, most of those people that have an opinion about it, like I said, to my knowledge and who I have interacted with, haven't contracted the disease,
so they don't know how real it is.
So,
a lot of people don't know how real it is.
It's not real until you go through it.
It hits home.
You understand?
Hits home. Yes, your child, it's your husband, it's your wife, it's your girlfriend, your boyfriend, or whatever. So once again, guys, this is Studiosetstage. I'm Cynthia Mallard.
I'm Marq Dean.
And like I said, don't forget, guys, you're watching us on YouTube.
Yes.
Be sure, guys, that you subscribe, man. Subscribe to our channel. Right there, you see the button, just hit it. It's not that hard,
right?
So that you get all of our content, like all of our new shows, right? That roll out, man.
Yes, man. I mean, we got content for days. If you want to catch up or rewind and just get up to task
we
on the shows,
stuff that you can learn,
man.
Guys. Just
I mean, it's
things
amazing.
That you can learn, things that you can learn. People they can help you level up, right? So we just want to remind you guys that again, you can email us studiosetstage@gmail.com. Okay, studiosetstage@gmail.com, and of course, like, we're on all social platforms, right?
Yes, at Studiosetstage on IG. You can reach out to us on Facebook as well, and also we're streaming. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google, we're on Spotify, and Odyssey.
That's right, guys. So you have no excuse. You can't be like,
no excuses.
You can't be like, oh, I can't find your show. You was a lie. We didn't told you everywhere that you can reach us. So so like I said, we're just talking about maintaining during the pandemic. I'll be honest with you, especially all my ladies out here. We love to go get our feet done. We love to go get our, our hands done. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I did not even go to the salon. Like, I just started going back to the salon. Maybe guys, about maybe 3-4 months ago. Maybe that. 2 months, maybe 2-3 months. Yeah, somewhere in there. So I have really, like I said, I've taken it serious, man. I just, and a lot of people are like, certain things I just can't do without, and I have to do it. But you got to think, you know what? If you risk it, you know what? You may not be here like tomorrow.
Well, I'm just saying, due diligence. I'm just saying, if you're gonna be out, and this is really my pet peeve, and I'm done. I'm not gonna be, like I got a chip on my shoulder, because man, now, in this environment, climate is everybody, man, has a chip on their shoulder. And when we should be thankful. And man, I tell you, I am very thankful, and I'm blessed to be here.
We all are, man. We all are.
But at the same time, don't, criticize or knock somebody if they want to wear a mask. If you don't, that's fine. We all entitled to how we feel. Like, everybody has an elbow, everybody has an opinion.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, when you come to Studiosetstage, we have
right.
opinions. So
Yeah, exactly.
obviously you love our opinions,
right?
Because you're here and you're tuned into us. So we appreciate that. And
Yes,
we enjoy your opinions also,
we do.
Especially when you guys like comment and DM us and, you know, email us or whatever. So don't think that we are just shunning like opinions or whatever.
Right.
You know, diversity makes the world go round.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And we should be able to argue and come to some type of, you know, middle ground. You know, that's what it's all about, right?
Yeah.
You might not like what Cynthia Mallard says. You might not like what, you know, Marq Dean says or whatever. We can agree to disagree.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't care. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm
and
just
then
kidding.
move forward, right? So,
yeah. I mean, seriously, I mean, you know, and like I said, you know, we're, you know, my thing is, it's all about having, you know, that courtesy, having, you know, common courtesy, you know, respect for others, and, you know, just treating other people the way you want to be treated. And, you know, like I said, in these times, so much stuff is going on. You know, we have to make sure that we keep the respect factor there.
That's right. That's right.
And even in things that really at the end of the day doesn't really amount to, you know, the energy that's being put on certain things. And I feel like, you know, we can't get distracted. You know, like I said before, you can't let your distractions become your priorities. And we have to be careful, because right now, during the pandemic, everything that's going on, you know, certain things will sneak right underneath you. And then it's an afterthought. And you know, it's time, especially now, that we're in the midst of, as people like say, the new normal and everything like that, is to be proactive about staying focused, focused on your goals.
So what you've been doing to maintain during the pandemic? I'll tell you what I've been doing. So like, really, like, I love to work out, guys. Like, I absolutely love it. Well, it's just one of those things that I've kind of done off and on, like throughout my life or whatever. I know I have friends and family that like, to hell with that. You know, I'm not lifting a leg or whatever. But I know, like, during the pandemic, like, that has really been my safe place, my safe space. It's always been something like I just do, and it just clears my mind. Like, I can actually think better. You know what I'm saying? I would, and I still do. Like, I'll just jump on YouTube, right? Like, if I can't go, which, you know, we are members of the YMCA or whatever, shout out to YMCA. But like, I'll go to the YMCA and I'll go to like the different classes or whatever. But that's like been one thing that has, like I said, has been constant, you know what I'm saying? And not only that, so I say that, right? But it was shown, the study says, I think most of Americans like jumped into fitness, like absolutely during this whole pandemic. Most times, you know, people get a gym membership or they start working out like January, everybody's like gung-ho, everybody's like going hard, and they fall off about February, March or so. But I've been reading like lots of articles where they're saying people have just really jumped on the fitness craze, and they have just continued it. You know, because, you know, through the pandemic.
And that's good. I mean, that's really
so that's
good.
one of my things that I've, you know, been doing, like just to maintain some type of normalcy, like some type of like sanity during the pandemic. So it's, I mean, and it's not always easy, y'all. Like, I got a 1-year-old and I got a 6-year-old, so it has not been easy at all.
I mean, you know, it's one thing is like I say, is always constant change.
So
and
maintain,
you know, you gotta find things that will keep you centered, keep you from bouncing up against the walls.
Exactly.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, for me, it's been a couple of things. It's been where I've really started to appreciate, in terms of you know, not being able to physically read books, but, you know, with the audio. With the audio books.
The Kindles and
Audible, you know, shout out, you know, hey, I've been really deeply getting, you know, kind of back to that, man. Even picking up books and reading and so forth. And so,
I love that. I love that.
I mean, you know, because it keeps you on your toes, keeps your mind, keeps your most important muscle, you know, active. Like you were saying, staying active.
Yeah. Is it better? Do you find it better physical book or audio book?
You know,
what's better for you? What do you think is better?
It has reintroduced me to the fulfillment of actual reading of a physical book. It kind of goes hand in hand because of technology. And we be moving so fast, you know, and this thing is 25/8. So you're constantly going, but you know, sometimes, you know, if you need to decompress, you know, but also, you know, keep your mind engaged, you know, because they say idle mind is the devil's workshop. So
I know that the audio book is like huge. And of course, guys, you know, I do voiceovers or whatever. So that's the type of thing. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm very partial to hardcover books. I know that's weird. I know it's
no
2021.
Like I said, it reintroduced me, like, you know, but it's just
I'm just partial to it. Like people be like, oh, the audio book is out, and I'd be like, is there anybody out there like that?
No, I feel you.
I am that person. Right. I'm all, and they're like, yeah, you can download. And I'd be like, it's just something about touching. I know I'm old school. I'm probably dating myself. There's something about the hardcover, and you open it up, and the smell of the pages, and
well, the spell of the pages.
And looking at the words and being able to see the numbers of the pages, and I'm that person.
Well, hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
I know.
But I know everything that you do normally, you get through here. You know, and so for me, I feel like, you know, in utilizing this all the time,
I get it.
You know, it's a good way to, like you said, maybe reintroduce. You like through the audible, through the audio book, and maybe even downloading copy. Maybe he's like, you know what, I want to maybe add this to my actual book collection. Or I might want to, you know, get the physical copy. And I've done that. You know, I've done that. You know, it's like I said, it kind of introduced me to a couple of books that I said, well, you know, I'm gonna get around to reading it. But I said, oh, they have the audible. So I listened to it and I said, oh yeah, now I'm gonna definitely add that. You know, but like you said, I mean, you know, they say reading is fundamental.
I know.
But you know, it's cool.
Haters. Anyway, cool. You know what? Cool. Shout out to one of our fellow Studiosetstage, like Tabitha Brown, right?
Oh yeah.
You know, she's one of the voice. I think it's on Audible. No, Calm. I'm sorry, Calm. So like she's basically you can listen to her voice as you're going to sleep if she's reading to you or whatever, affirmations, that type of thing, because it's been deemed that her voice is just so soothing that everybody wants to listen to her. So I just shout out to Tabitha. God is great, right? God is absolutely great with the opportunities, you know what I'm saying? So so like maintaining, like I said, also, you know what? I know, you know, shout out to God. shout out to God, because definitely. I know for me, during the pandemic, just prayer, man, prayer has been just a real thing. I mean, and not saying it wasn't a real thing before the pandemic or whatever, right? I just feel like it became even more focused during the pandemic, you know, that, you know, this is a time, you know, we always need God, right? But something like this really made you think like, God, we need your help. We need you right now in all aspects of our life. So prayer, you know, a consistent prayer, a strong prayer, every day, multiple times of the day type prayer, you know what I'm saying, has consumed me.
You know, I feel like you have to, if any relationship needs to be strengthened now, is your relationship with the Creator.
Man, what?
you know,
Say
especially
over over.
in these times, these days and times, there's so much anarchy going on, so much chaos, so much confusion. People, you know, are running around like just earlier, man, I was running a few errands and, you know, in a couple of stores and just people, man, just dealing with anxiety, you know, going through issues like really some people are waking up with, you know, expecting, you know, okay, I gotta find problems in every little thing. When you have to take account that, you know, you woke up to see another day. You know, you woke up in your right mind.
That's right.
You know, you woke up being in your, you know, good health. And you're able to like today is the first day of the rest of your life.
It is.
So you have to you know, take that into account, man, and take it as a blessing. And you know,
people are just miserable, like you said. I mean, people are miserable. I mean, people are miserable. People hate themselves. But they out here looking for love. You know, it's just it's the weirdest thing ever. You know, first of all, you can't find love without loving yourself. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
And a lot of people, I think, we're talking about maintaining during the pandemic. You know, a lot of people just were afraid to even just be by themselves because they didn't even like themselves.
And
they didn't like themselves. They didn't like their spouse. They didn't like their kids. I mean, it's real. It's a reality.
Like they say, misery loves company. But you know, there's also when you don't, like you said, if you it's just some things you need to work on. Then, you know, now's
the time, right?
Now's the time. You know, it's all about self-improvement. And I know that sounds cliche-ish, but at the end of the day, you know,
it's a reinvention. It's what's happening now.
And also when you know better, you do better. So it's about you know, again, utilizing the most powerful muscle that you have, which is your mind. And work on the mind power to better yourself.
Well, I know we talking about maintaining during the pandemic. So I know you were did a really huge workshop, right? In like Florida, right?
Well, it was Mobile.
Alabama.
It was Mobile. They had Mobile Music Seminar. Shout out to Mobile Arts Council.
Shout out Mobile Arts Council. Mobile Arts Council.
You
said Mobile.
Mobile. And but I want to say, you know, very proactive community there, the creative arts community. And you know, definitely giving you know, my seminar on music business fundamentals, which definitely, you know, in this thing, we've talked about it before, you know, in the industry, what you see is the end result. Like you're watching, you're listening to this podcast. You're going to see the end result. But there's a process to it.
Y'all have behind the scenes, it's a lot of it's a lot of work.
And there's a lot that's involved in the process. Now again, I've said this before, there are no rules, but there is a process. And that is the key, you know, and, you know, there's nothing wrong with loving what you do. You know, first of all, you got to have love for whatever you do, man. Life is too short to be doing something miserable.
And we realized that in the pandemic, like a lot of people won't even go back to work because they realize that life is short.
I hate this job.
And why am I doing this particular job? Right. Exactly.
But at the end of the day, you know, that's key. That's important. You have to love what you do, have a passion for it.
It has a line somewhere. You might not 100% love it. But it got to have some inkling of going somewhere that you want to go.
Well, I say this, you know, again, normally that's the first clue that you should do it if you love it. Or if you, man, I really like doing it. Or man, you know, I have a natural ability to do this. However, you know, especially with music, you know, you could be a great musician, you know, oh man, he plays the guitar, or he plays the drums, he plays the keyboard, you know, he's awesome, or he can sing, you know. But if you're trying to get into the industry, you got to know the first thing you got to realize is a business.
It is. It
you know,
is.
and that's the first step.
It is.
And I'm gonna give that to you free, guys.
That's a jewel.
Free.
That was a jewel that was dropped,
you know,
right?
You know, learning the craft, doing what you do is great. But if you're trying to get into the industry, you got to get the clue, get the memo. It's a business.
So guys, if you're doing something that you're like really hating, like I always say this, like even in my Media Mondays and Thespian Thursdays, like a little tip and tutorials that I do every week. If you're doing something that you absolutely do not see yourself doing in the next 5 to 10 years, like you need to be getting up out of there. You know what I'm saying? You just kind of I mean, we've all had, those points, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. It's just great that, and I shouldn't say it's great and unfortunate, but we're in the middle of the pandemic. So you really have a little leeway where you have a little time, you know what I'm saying? Where you can kind of stop. We all had to pause, we all had to put the brakes on, and kind of gave you an opportunity to be like, you know what, start searching or whatever, planting those seeds, So that was a great thing,
I think
take advantage of that.
I think the veil was lifted in reference to understanding that, when you are in, when you're in the cycle of certain things.
You're in the matrix, like we always say.
Yeah.
We're in the matrix.
There you go.
Yeah.
But like you said, the pandemic did bring pause.
Yeah, a little bit of pause.
Talked about that.
A little bit of pause, yeah.
To take a look and take into account some of the things. Well, this might have been important, but really, was it? It might not have been that important.
Yeah.
And it might not have been a priority. And you had time to kind of recalibrate and reprioritize things. Put things in perspective. So, I look at it, some people say, oh man, this was the worst. But at the end of the day, if you're still here, like I said, it's another opportunity.
Yes.
Possibilities.
Amen.
So you have to keep your mind, and I always say keep your peripheral open to possibilities, because hey, they can come and they might not come at you straight ahead. They might come like in the smallest hint.
Yeah, it's always like that.
A hint to the wise.
It's always like that. I always say, ask God what you should do.
Exactly.
We get in our minds like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this. This is what I was born to do. I mean, and you never ask guidance. You never ask guidance from God. You never say, okay, God, this job is paying $1 million, but should I go forward?
Yeah.
I know it sounds like so extravagant or so extreme, but you guys get what I'm trying to say. You have to ask the Creator. I mean, I have just, like I said, for me, the pandemic, like I said, I've always been very spiritual, and I was raised, I was raised in church or whatever. The pandemic, it just made me turn right back to just my fundamentals. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It just made me strengthen those fundamentals. Now, we're not trying to take you out of church right now, okay? So don't turn off the TV, okay? I'm just telling you what has worked for me, and what has worked for Marq Dean, and which has worked for millions of other people. You know what I'm saying? So it just works. And I tell people all the time, like, for instance, in Studiosetstage, I am an actress, I am a host, I am a media coach, media specialist. I coach people in different areas, and it just having those multiple hats, you have to have guidance. Like the teacher has to have guidance also. And God has been my rock, even when I've been up for some major television, guys. During the pandemic, I've had some major roles, major projects that have come to me. I can't really talk about them, of course, but and then some of them have been heartbreaking. Some of them have been very, very heartbreaking. But such is this business, right? It's like it's an up and down. It's okay,
and again, you have to remain open, and you can't, it's one scripture that, like I said, not to get on the religious soapbox, but there's one
y'all better not be turning the
scripture,
TV off. Y'all don't do it. Don't do it.
But as scriptures say, lean not into your own understanding. And with that, sometimes you have to let go and let the creator, but also, remain open. Because like I said, it might be an opportunity that, it might be coming from the left, but you're not seeing it because you over here. You're looking this way, but it's an opportunity over here. And I'm saying that not just because it sounds great, because hey, I went through that. I experienced that. And just like Cynthia, like you said, when those opportunities come, the possibilities, and it could actually take you on the path to take you directly to where you want to go. Like they say, a setback could actually be a setup.
It always is. It always is.
And we've all probably experienced some setbacks. And that comes that's part of the journey. But within the journey, know that if it doesn't take you out, there's another opportunity for you and another possibility.
It's like Oprah says, it's not happening to you, it's happening for you, right? It's happening for you. Say it with me. It's happening for you. It is fortifying you guys. So once again, you guys, this is Studiosetstage. I'm Cynthia Mallard.
I'm Marq.
And like I said, we are here every week. And again, we're so happy that you're continuing to be with us. We just was talking about, just maintaining through the pandemic. And I was going to say, also something that has been wonderful is uplifting others. What I'm saying? A lot of times, we feel like, I can't, what am I going to say? Or I can't really do nothing to help anybody.
Right.
And during this pandemic, it's like, this is a time that people are looking for a hand. A friend, right? Like we were talking about earlier, but even it can just be a word. It can be a word, you know what I'm saying?
A word of encouragement.
Keep going, keep going.
A word of encouragement. Exactly.
We hear about like the rates of suicide, like is so crazy, right?
Right.
Just your encouraging word, right?
Yeah.
Could have been the word that person needed, not to go jump off that roof, not to go, end it all, risk it all, you know?
Right. And we have to understand that, because like I said before, life is short. And the opportunities that you have, you need to take advantage of them. And know that this too shall pass. And so you have to stay encouraged. Don't focus on the negativity that's out there, because it takes just as much energy to focus on something positive that it does negative. Matter of fact, it takes more energy to focus on the negative.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna be honest with you. Now you hit a sore subject right there, guys. So how many of you guys? And I know that the gossip and the negative, like that's what that's what people are looking for. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna be honest with you. I took a vow a while back, and I was like, you know what? I don't really want to talk about nobody. So if you're talking about people, like, I don't even have time for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like we're too busy. We're too busy. I'm working on the show. I'm working on the gifts that God gave me. I'm working on, trying to raise some kids. Like, I don't even have time to be like, they should have had a yellow shoe on with the yellow hair. I don't know. It's
Look,
just,
my
I know
thing
this is the day, and that's what it is.
Yeah. But this is my thing. I look at it like this, if you have, like the old folks used to say, old school, you say, if you don't have anything good to say about it, you don't have anything good to say about somebody, don't say nothing at all.
I know, But if you want to talk about me and you want to talk about Marq, we welcome that. It's good as long as you're watching the show and subscribing. We like that.
Yeah. And honestly, hey, if it's not constructive, your opinion is none of my business. And vice versa. But I would say,
we like opinions,
but
here on
I value, what I was about to say, we value,
yeah, we do.
You know, our listeners out there, our supporters out there, you know, those that have been, you know, supporting us and listening to us, you subscribing, commenting, you know, hitting the thumbs up.
That's right.
You know, like, you know, when you listen to this, hit the thumbs up.
Yeah.
You know, guys, we definitely appreciate it. And we've listened in the past, and we're going to continue to listen, you know, and really take, you know, the constructive criticisms that you guys leave us. Hey, we take it.
Yeah.
And hey, we build on that.
We do.
Because it gives us, you know, motivation. It gives us fuel to keep going.
Yeah.
To keep pushing.
That's right.
And to keep bringing you content that you can use, and tools and resources.
We just want to bring you people that you want to, you know, want to see, that you want to hear from, even people who you never even thought you would want to hear from or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Studiosetstage has been doing, and that's what we are continuing. So on that, we just want to switch gears for a little bit. I know that you know, we were talking about just kind of off air. You know, we were talking about our fellow Studiosetstage Kanye West. So we really have to give a big shout out to him. Stop it, all y'all hating. I already know. Got some haters who talk. We already know. But I just want to say shout out to Kanye. Just for putting this project out, as it was, as you know, it's just released. The final project. Yes, he's been doing listening sessions like all over the US or whatever, but it's out. You know, it's finally out.
Yeah, it's finally out. So, and oh, by the way, he also has made a request to do an official name change to Ye.
Yeah, he did.
But
he did. He did.
But shout outs to Ye. Donda was released, and you know,
and it's breaking the internet as suspected. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about the project? I mean, just initially.
Oh man, I mean, it's
from musicians
definitely. I think this is one of his top pieces of work.
Really?
It is. Listening to it.
Okay.
You know, I think you know, there was some tracks that, you know, some people might say, oh, it's abstract, but no, I feel like
it's Kanye. You know, it was Kanye.
Yeah, you know, I think it's you know, a lot of stuff kind of took me back to, you know, the just the authenticity of his sound. So you know, Ye, I again, kudos. You know, and I think it's a great project.
It is. And I mean, you know what, we always say this, right? Sometimes, like we just said it, things don't happen to you, they happen for you. And not saying that he had to go through this like whole divorce and this whole like mess with Jay-Z. Not saying that he had to go through that for this project to be good, you know what I'm saying? But it helped. It added to, I'm just gonna be honest with you, it added to this project. Like I listened to like a couple of them, just kind of the theme through it. Of course, we know he's still grieving his mother. You know what I'm saying? And you could hear that like all the way through the project. I was thoroughly surprised and so like elated just to hear Jay-Z on one of the tracks. I was like, oh, this is great. This is great.
He was on the track called Jail.
I love it. I love it. What did he say? God gonna pay my bill?
Yeah, that's what he said. But another thing though. You brought up a good point though. I was when you was talking about with Ye, I feel like I don't know if those external factors really affected him in this way. And the reason why I'm going to say,
what do you mean?
And the reason why I say because you know, with his mother, I just think, you know, it kind of cleared. I think he found a moment of clarity to really go in and hone in and say, okay, well, hey, you know, this has been my primary source where, you know, things that she instilled. And like you said, you know, those things that are instilled in you,
you always go back to them.
You always go back to them.
Like Kanye was raised. You know, if you go back and you listen to his mother, you listen to him when he was, you know, when he first come on the scene, like Kanye was raised, like he used to travel all over the world. You know, his mom was a professor, like educate, like like he was raised. He was absolutely raised, and he was raised correctly.
Yeah.
So once he got off, you know, I feel like once he realized, oh, I'm off the path, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm off the path that my mom wanted. He had to literally, he was being drawn, and he said it, he's talked about it. He was being drawn, you know, he was being drawn, you know, to what he was raised in and how he was raised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you know, with and with that, you can hear it in the music. I think also, you know, experiences are important to the songbook.
That's right.
You know, when you are moved by that, and that's where that's your, you know, that's your calling, it's gonna require, you know, really, you know, some of the greatest in the world, you know, their songbook was based off experiences. And you know, being able to interpret that and you know, put it out where, you know, other people can relate and you know, grab something meaningful from it, you know, is a good thing. So you know, I do like the project overall, you know. I want to say too, with Ye, you know, I think they were talking about this, and some people want to, you know, cause a bunch of stuff because they were saying there was a little beef between him and Drake. But I believe it was just, you know, some people like to take it out of context.
I wouldn't
doubt it. I think because, you know, a couple of years ago, when he had dropped it was the album Graduation. I remember around that time 50 Cent had dropped his record at the time. And so they were like, well, hey, we got the same, we're gonna release our projects around the same date. Well, let's just say, hey man, we going head to head, you know. And you know, I think that in a way that's good, you know. Now beef, you know, my thing is, if it's gonna be like that, let's do it in a fun way to push the culture, to encourage the culture, because
but most times
you know,
it is.
Competition is always part of it. I get that.
But most times it is. Like in public, it's like, oh, let's blow this thing up like it's beef. Then behind the scenes, they at the club together popping bottles. So I mean, it's all by design. It just is.
I mean, you know, and
drive the album sales up. You already know.
So you know, my thing is, but you know, you have some people that's online that you know really feel like it's there, but it's not. You know, I don't feel this is anything crazy.
He's rich. He's rich. He's rich. They're rich. There is no beef. There is no beef. You got money. I got money. Where's the damn beef? Sirloin, filet mignon. They both got it.
Okay.
So well, shouts out, shout out to Ye. Shout out to Kanye. Love the project. Anyway, all you haters, we're not listening. But anyway, moving on. I want to say shouts out to Jennifer Hudson. Oh my God. Congrats to her for Respect. So the Respect came out. So we just wanted to say we love you, JHud. And this was meant for you. This was God sent. So, yeah.
I mean, you know, she was handpicked by the Queen herself.
Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin.
So, you know, and I thought she really did justice.
She did. So, like again, we are Studiosetstage. We are here, man, like every week. Don't forget, guys. You know, you can always go to Studiosetstage.com. We live there too, right? You can get in contact with us. Send us, you know, whatever emails, whatever topics. Maybe some people who we need to know about. You know, maybe they need to be on the show, right? Studiosetstage.com, Studiosetstage@gmail.com.
Yes, you can go there, check out our merch, shirts, you know, mugs, you know, hats, caps, you know, we have it all there for you. And definitely you can leave comments there. Don't forget to also reach out to us, Studiosetstage@gmail.com.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't forget, guys, again, YouTube, you're watching us now. Go ahead and subscribe. That's right. We need your numbers.
Thumbs up.
And then we're on all social media and, of course, every podcast platform, the top podcast platforms.
Yes.
So there's no excuse. And, you can't find us. Okay.
Exactly. Reach out to us, guys.
Yeah.
And again, thank you for the support. Thank you for the love.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it. And we do this for you guys. So definitely.
You and us, right? For us and you, right? It's kind of just what we do. We wake up. This is kind of like part of our DNA.
Yeah.
And we just enjoy connecting with all of you guys, all right? So you can find me on social media at Cynthia Mallard.
Yeah. You can find me on all social media at Marq Music. And definitely, hey, we're here.
All right, we're here for Marq. I'm Cynthia Mallard, the Studiosetstage. Catch you next week.